we can all agree that anime is for kids, right? Sure, absolutely we have anime made for adults. There's so many anime that just have themes and messages that would be completely lost on like a younger generation. I'm thinking anime like Free Red or like Evangelion, where there are themes that it's like way too much for a kid to understand. But at the end of the day, these shows can also be enjoyed by kids too. You know, you have the magic, you're killing demons, you don't need to understand what they're talking about. That's the boring stuff. Evangelion, you just jerk off to an unconscious girl. What is that? What is even that? Like, I don't know what that was. Oh, but the big mechs. Yeah, let's watch the big mechs fight. I'm not actually trying to take away from the adult audience anime. Like, those are very good. Those are some of my favorites. But anime is just cartoons. Like, they have the shonen and shoujo genre, which literally means young boy and young girl. That's the demographic they're appealing to. Yeah, you have like seinen and seinen, but like there's way less of those than there are shoujo and shonen. On top of that, kids just have more time to watch things. Like, and by kids, I'm really meaning like teenagers and under, you know? So all high schoolers, they fit underneath the kids. Like, those guys have the most amount of free time to be watching stuff like anime. I want you to imagine being a 9 to 5 working adult. You come home, it's been a tough day at work. You're like, maybe I'll relax, watch some anime. And then you just see a boy trip and then grab both of the boobs of another girl. And then you go, okay, no more anime. Speaking of which, ecchi is a slang term in the Japanese language for playfully sexual actions. As an adjective, it is used with the meaning of sexy, dirty, or naughty. It is softer than the Japanese word ero, and does not imply perversion in the way hentai does. Also, ecchi, I'm pretty sure is the way they pronounce the letter H, like H in hentai, so it's like H, it's very H. Speaking truthfully, like, ecchi is a very popular, like, genre. On my anime list, it says there are 822 anime that are classified in the ecchi genre. To put that in perspective, there's 2,000 romance genre anime on my anime list. But I swear to God, some of these anime are not properly listed as ecchi anime. Like, if we look, like Fire Force is not considered an ecchi anime, and that is some just complete lies. There's that scene where like the nun, she's like, she has no more clothing for whatever reason, I don't remember why. And then you also have just the entirety of the cat girl. Her entire existence is to be sexually harassed. Really good writing. So okay, so roughly 1,000 ecchi anime. Okay, well, ecchi's very popular, that's cool. Who the fuck is Ecchi Anime FOR? Do you guys realize this is an entire genre dedicated to like, just like essentially soft-core porn? Or like, think of what like kids have in the Western. Yeah, it's SpongeBob. The sexiest thing we're getting is sandy cheeks, and she's this fucking squirrel. But in anime, we have genuinely like panties, we have half nudity, we have boob grabs. Like, this is insane. This is actually insane that this is an entire genre of shows. And like, who's supposed to be watching this? Yeah, I know it's supposed to be the freaks, but who do they expect the freaks to be? Like, what age do they think that the freaks are? Is this supposed to be children? I better hope not. Is this supposed to be teens? It's still shouldn't be, it really shouldn't be. Is it supposed to be adults? Oh, that's its own problem. Let's just assume it's teens for now, okay? The teenage years are already so susceptible to being like influenced by whatever is around them. And even already, just with romance anime itself, you already like have crazy unrealistic expectations for how relationships are supposed to be. You don't know how it is, you've never been in a relationship maybe. And then you're like, oh, this is how it is in the animes. Maybe I'll experience that too. Nah, they're setting you up for failure. I would know. I am a failure. You know, there's something called the cultivation theory, where people who see things happen on TV assume it's more common in the world than it actually is. So if they see these super wholesome, super honestly problematic romances happening in anime a lot as a kid, they're gonna be like, oh, that's normal. That is what I expect from my future relationship endeavors. And on top of that, if we add the ecchi moments, the real messed up things, the soft core porn, what are we having the younger generation learn? Like, we're actually expecting them to all end up like incels right now. Just waiting for their female friend to accidentally get into an oopsie skirt flip, and then they'll confess to them when it's time of the firework thing, whatever. I guess I'd be like, Imagine getting confessed to like Independence Day. I guess like when like fireworks and like New Year's. I guess would you rather be confessed to New Year's Day or on Independence Day? Okay, but then okay, maybe it's not for teens. It's pretty bad, right? So maybe it's for adults. Okay, like adults, they're a little bit more mentally developed. Maybe it's just the adults watching the ecchi anime. But no, because if they do, they're literally all pedophiles. No Game, No Life. The younger sister is literally in middle school. Kill la Kill, high school. Food Wars, high school. High School of the Dead, high school. High School DxD, high school. Chivalry of a Failed Knight, high school. Trinity 7, high school. The Monogatari series, high school and middle school and elementary school. Mushoku Tensei. Okay, Roxy is literally a child. She's not 40, stop lying. She's in the body of like a 14-year-old and you gooners are jerking off to that. Also, people are nowadays treating gooner as a little bit more of a positive word. It's like, oh, I'm a gooner. Yeah, this is really a gooner game. We're all gooners. That is not a good thing. Before we seek camaraderie in fellow gooners, can we like ask what we are gooning to? Are you an of-age gooner or an under the age gooner? I think that's where we should draw the line. But going back to the topic of ecchi anime, all of these ecchi moments happen to underage girls. Yeah, sometimes you got that seductive older woman, of age woman. But let's be real, man, that shit's the minority. Look, man, for every Misato we have like 5 Hachikujis. We are genuinely creating more Epstein Island visitors daily. How the disgusting white otaku image like is so like prevalent in everyone's minds, it's because of ecchi anime. Like, can we just look at some of these goddamn ecchi tropes? Like, let's just talk about the skirt flip. How does it happen that much? People are gonna think that shit happens all the time. It is ridiculous. Also, what is the obsession with skirt flips in particular? Why does that matter? Like, I understand that it's like, oh, that's a private part, you don't want to show it off, but like, you like Rudius from Mushoku Tensei? Like, he's just wearing underwear on his face. That's disgusting, dude. Trust me, it does not make it any better that is a girl's underwear. You do not want anything that has been near the asshole near your face, okay? There's also the bathhouse or hot spring or beach episode, which is just women in water episodes. And honestly, these things are genuinely kind of genius if you think about it. Gooners, right? These gooners are probably never going outside. They're probably uninterested. They're never gonna use the public facilities of a beach. They're not contributing to that market in the economy. But then, wow, look, these beautiful underage girls, they're going to the beach like in my anime. So like, I think I want to go to the beach in real life so that I can see beautiful underage women. But do we really want these people at the beach? I don't like, there are children, there are literal children going with families. I don't want to ever think about the fact that there might be some freaks out there at the beach just looking at little children and then thinking about their weird ecchi anime. That's just, you don't want that at a beach. Also, the most egregious trope is the lucky pervert. It's such a broad one. Lucky pervert. They're either, they see the skirt flip. Maybe they accidentally go into a room where girls are changing. What in the, you're led to believe that the lucky pervert means, oh, they got to see this lucky moment, this ecchi moment. No, the lucky perverts are lucky that they're not being put on a sex offender list. If you walked into a bunch of girls changing and your reaction was, duh, you will be put on a list. You will not be around women within a 15-meter radius. You're going to jail. Literally, ecchi is the cancer of this world. All right, bye.